Alrighty. See, this is going to be a different video than what I normally do. This is going to be an achievement primer video, is what I'm going to call that. Basically, for those of you who enjoy achievements and like to strive for achievements, this video is going to give you a what to expect as far as Monster Hunter World and the Iceborne expansion goes. So let's go ahead and pop into some quick gameplay, and I can give some examples here real quick. Let's go ahead and start up here. Alright, so I'm recording this after a long time, but I'm going to be placing this video kind of in the early stages, like maybe it might be like the second video or something like that in this series, just to kind of be kind of more upfront as to what to expect if you're wanting to platinum Monster Hunter World. There's really not a lot of achievements, but there are some that you have to really like work and grind at. Nothing is missable. So at any point you can go to any achievement on your list and go hunt it down, and like you can't, there's nothing that, you know, is missable by any means. That being said, the average time to platinum for Monster Hunter World is about 300 hours. And the average time to platinum the expansion Iceborne is an additional 400 hours. Yes, that's 700 hours total to platinum both Monster Hunter World and the expansion. I want to be fully upfront with that, and we'll get into the reason for that here pretty soon. Now, I said nothing is missable, however, there are some that do require an online subscription. So, as you're posting your quests, you've got, you know, your normal, assigned, optional, whatever quests. When you join a quest, if you have PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Network or whatever the online subscription is, you can do what's called responding to an SOS. Basically, you'll search for an SOS flare. I'm not finding any because I don't currently have a PlayStation subscription, so I'm not actually online, so I can't do those. But there are, I believe, 6 achievements in the base game at least that require you to be to have this online subscription, to fire an SOS flare, to respond to SOS flares, to collect guild cards from online players, and to kill or hunt monsters in a multiplayer setting. For guild cards, you basically go up here in your menu through the options button, you go over to info, down here to guild card. Basically just go ahead and hit auto accept and reply. That will automatically accept any guild cards that are sent to you and reply with your own guild card that they can accept on their end too, I guess. But if you can edit your guild card here, you can select a title, any kind of greeting you want to type in, all this stuff. And so basically you'll send and receive these guild cards. Once you have one saved, or once you have one registered, which you know, edit and all that, then when people join your session or when you join other people's sessions, you can send your guild cards, auto receive them, whatever. And so that's something you can be doing throughout the entire game. Definitely recommend doing that so that you can get those achievements, and sending out SOS flares whenever you don't have a max party, and responding to SOS flares as much as possible, because those are all separate achievements. But those aren't really what's going to take you the most amount of time. So when you're out in Astera, or out of Astera and out in the main world, basically, this is where most of it's going to be. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What's going to take you the most amount of time is getting crowns. I'll go over that here in a second. Yeah, there's different quests or different achievements for things like fishing or for catching specific endemic life specimens or whatever. But really what's going to take you the most amount of time is hunting crowns. What I mean by hunting crowns is if you go into your hunter's notes under your field guide for the Great Jagras here, anytime you hunt a creature, it shows you the smallest creature you have captured and the largest creature you have captured. In the case of my Kulu-Ya-Ku here, if you have an exceptionally small or an exceptionally large creature, that number will be have a crown next to it. So for example, this is the largest Kulu-Ya-Ku basically on record at 1,000 pounds, kilos, whatever it measures in, I don't know. There are two types of crowns you can get. There is a silver crown, like I have on this Puke Puke, which is basically for a larger than average creature. And then there's a gold crown, like I have on this Kulu-Ya-Ku, which is an exceptionally large or small creature. The crowns are on the smallest size as well. Basically, you get an achievement for getting a small crown, and you get an achievement for getting a large crown. You'll probably find those just through normal play. What's going to take you the most amount of time is that in order to... there's an achievement in getting not just a silver crown, but a gold crown in every monster in the guide. Maybe not every, but pretty much every monster in the guide. So that's going to require some grinding. So you're going to have to keep going into hunt after hunt for a Great Jagras, looking for a small and a large. And there are different guides on the internet as to how to quote-unquote snipe these crowns. I'm not really going to go too into it, but there is kind of a method to the madness, if you want to call it that. So basically, to snipe a creature, you basically put down a shock trap and you lure your creature over it. And so then while your Anjanath is shocked, you go up, to their leg or whatever, and you measure their leg against your character. And if it's a certain height, then you continue the hunt. If if it's an exceptionally large or small, then you continue the hunt. If not, then you would basically drop the quest and start over. And there's sniping guides out there that will tell you what to look for, at what height the Anjanath should be, or the Jagras, or the whatever you're hunting. So there's snipe guides out there that'll show you what to do and tell you what to do, and I'm not really going to go... that's not what this video is for, it's just to kind of give you a primer. So that's what's going to take most of your time, because you have to hunt every single monster in the field guide, and you have to find an exceptionally small and an exceptionally large version of each monster. Now, in addition to that, the Iceborne expansion also gives crowns to endemic life, such as the Omenfly here, or these little geckos. And if you look in your hunter's notes here under endemic life, you can actually see here on the right hand side for, let's say, my bliss bill here, that the smallest I have is 100 and the largest is 120. And so like on my flash fly here, I have a miniature crown, is what they're called, a gold crown on the smallest flash fly I have captured at 82 units, whatever. And the largest is at 86. Which, so, the 82 is exceptionally small, and I have a gold crown under that. Capturing endemic life will also give you research points, and there is an achievement for accumulating, I think it's like 100,000 research points, or something like that, which, honestly, you should get over the course of a game. There is also an achievement for getting 1 million Zenny, which is going to be a little harder. Alright, so it is the way you're supposed to, let's say, get your 1 million Zenny.
You look well.
You go to your investigations, sort by reward money, and how this one offers 50,000 Zenny reward. So you go on that hunt, you use one of your vouchers to double your Zenny prize, and there's 100,000. Do that 1,000 times, and you've got your 1 million. As you're completing your quests, you get rewards afterwards, you know, different monster parts and whatever. You can sell those parts for additional Zenny and, you know, increase your stockpile that way. Or we can go to this guy here. Now, you definitely want to save your game before you do this, and this is kind of like one of those little trick things to do. And you can sell items to him. So if you sell them from your item box, you can R2 your way over to monster parts, and you can just start selling him all of your monster parts. And so if you sell him all that, you can get a whole bunch of Zenny that way, and see if you can grab up to your 1 million. But I would go for that after you've already done a lot of your grinding, because as you're grinding, you're going to be getting Zenny that way, and so that way you don't necessarily have to sell as much stuff to him. To grind your crowns, one way is to go into your investigations, hunt, you know, for whatever guy you wanted, and just kind of keep going that. Another way is to go into your events tab here. I don't do this a whole lot on stream, but we'll see in here. These events are kind of special in that oftentimes monsters in these events will be gold crowns. Not every time, but more often. Well, not more often than not, but more often than just you would encounter normally out in the world. On some of these events, and do your and pick up an investigation. Let's see, do they have it by? You're going down some that are 30 minutes. You'll see some like this one that are 15 minutes. What I've read online, the 15-minute time limit will give you through investigations. Generally, the more restrictive, the better. And like I said, there are definitely videos out there for every achievement on here. So just go ahead and take a look, see what's there. As I said, nothing is missable, so just kind of feel free to play the game at your own pace. Do your own thing, do it your own way, play the game how you see fit, how you see fun. After you've gotten the specific ones like catch this creature or, you know, do this specific thing, then you can go hunting for crowns and actually like devote time to it, because that's where most of it's going to be. So anyway, I hope you found this video informative. And that's kind of all I had planned for this one, so go ahead, give me a like, comment, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next video.